Okay.
You know the drill. You cue, I spew.
Okay.
That was funny. That was funny. That was really funny.
Hello, everybody. Welcome to Talk About House. I'm Todd.
I'm Oana.
Okay, so today we're going to do video 9 myths about buying new construction home.
Yep.
The format of the video is I'm going to cue.
And I'm going to spew.
You're going to spew. I'm going to tell you. And you're gonna talk about them. Okay, new construction homes. Okay, so we'll just jump through the 9 things because these are, people always have to make this decision between new and resale, and there's misconceptions.
There are, people are kind of in one or two camps. Either they want that new house smell, or they say, well, buying a new house is too expensive. You should buy resale because there's better value in resale. And there are pros and cons to both, but we're going to talk about the 9 myths about new home construction.
Okay, the first myth is that new homes are more expensive.
Okay, so the reason people say that new homes are more expensive is because existing homes generally have all the landscaping done, maybe they have the pool in and things like that. So that's why they tell you that new homes are more expensive. However, new homes are actually a good deal from another perspective. So remember, with a new home, you're getting a home that's completely up to code. You don't have to renovate it. It has new everything, new heater, new air conditioner, new plumbing, the latest technology as far as plumbing, electrical. It has all the ground fault interrupters that maybe the old home doesn't. So there are lots of good reasons why a new home is a good deal. It has a new roof. So that 30-year roof, it still has 30 years left on it. An existing home maybe has 10 years left on its roof. So there are lots of reasons why a new home could be a really good deal.
The other thing that people never talk about is that, and we'll use Las Vegas as an example, new homes on average are 400 square feet than a median resale home, because there's all these median resale homes that were these, 1,300 square foot homes built in the 70s, 80s, and 90s in Las Vegas. So newer homes tend to be higher end homes. They tend to be out in the more expensive suburbs. They tend to be more luxury type homes. Home builders aren't interested in building entry-level housing. They're trying to build to more upscale. And then that means they're putting more stuff in them too, just like Oana said. Not only is everything refurbished, but they put higher end stuff in. So they are more expensive because they're better homes.
Right.
But you're not like getting the exact same home you would get if you bought, a home built in the 90s or whatever. Okay. You'll be waiting a long time to move in.
Not quite true. So generally speaking, a brand new home from dirt to move in is about 6 months, give or take. However, that home could be somewhere along the way in the process. So it could be a whole lot less. Maybe they're standing inventory. Maybe the builder built spec homes, so they're ready to go. So it doesn't necessarily mean they have to wait a long time for a new home.
What about another myth is that they're harder to get loans on?
Absolutely not. If anything, I think that new homes are easier to get a loan on.
Yeah.
So a couple of reasons. First of all, we already talked about that home having all new stuff. So it's not like you're going to have an appraisal condition for a roof issue or an air conditioning issue or anything like that. The second reason is because these builders have relationships with lenders. If you're dealing with a big national lender like, I don't know, KB Homes or somebody like that, a lot of times they even own the lending company. So it's much easier to get a loan, generally speaking, when you're purchasing new construction.
Another myth about new construction homes are that the new homes lose their value faster than regular, like a resale home.
So this is not a car, okay, where you lose money as soon as you drive the thing off the lot. New homes actually appreciate at a faster rate. Part of the reason that they appreciate at a faster rate is because think about it this way: you sign the contract to purchase the home today. And I just said that, from dirt to closing, it's about 6 months. Well, during that 6 months, you've had other phases in the development being released. So those phases tend to be at a higher price. So by the time you close on your house, that same house, if you were to sign a contract today, is more money than when you signed the contract 6 months ago. So you kind of have this built-in equity with the new homes. That's a good thing.
Another myth is that you can't inspect the new home before you move into it.
Oh, absolutely not. Not only can you inspect a new home, but builders have taken upon themselves to invite you to inspect the home at different milestones. So you'll have a framing inspection, you'll have a drywall inspection, you'll have inspections at all the milestones along the way during the building process, which of course, if you're buying an existing home, you never saw the house while it's being framed or while they're putting the wiring or plumbing in or anything like that, because of course all the walls were already enclosed. So you have the opportunity to inspect the home all along the way. And of course, right before you close, you have another opportunity to inspect the home again. The really nice thing is that not only are you inspecting the home along the way, but then the different governing bodies that come along behind the builder, and they have an electrical inspection, a plumbing inspection, and so on, because there are building codes that the builder has to meet, and so those are getting inspected along the way. So if anything, a new home is far more inspected than an existing home.
Another myth is new home construction lacks character.
I don't know about that. So yes, existing homes, they're vintage, they're eclectic, and I'll give you that. But new homes, look, they're new homes. They have the latest style. They have the latest trends. You have the opportunity, rather than maybe an existing home that was built way back when that maybe has 8 or 9 foot ceilings. Maybe now you have the option to get a 10 or 11 or 12 foot ceiling, and those sorts of things. So as far as character, I don't know about that. I think you have the opportunity to get what you want. You don't have to rely on the patterns of the past. You can get something new and have it your way and have the latest and greatest.
Another myth is that new home construction are cookie cutter because of how home builders today apportion the neighborhood, build all the houses.
So not so much. So when you're purchasing an existing home, it is what it is, right? I mean, it's got the 4 walls, whatever. That's it. But when you're purchasing new construction, you have options. Are you going to have a loft, or are you going to have an open ceiling? Are you going to have a double door and a den, or are you going to have a bedroom? Is the bedroom going to have a sitting room, or are you going to have an extra bedroom? Are you going to have a shower and a tub, or are you going to have a grand shower? So all these things are options a lot of times depending on where you are in the construction process for that new home. So you have a lot more choices. So while you may have the same general footprint as your neighbor next door, when you walk in, it may be a completely different home because you have made different choices than the person next door.
Another myth is that new homes are not the same quality as a resale home, meaning like it's that old adage, they just don't build them like they used to, right?
Right. So I'll give you that, but here's what you're missing, maybe. That existing inventory home does not have ground fault interrupters everywhere because they don't build them like that anymore. That's not code. You have to have so many of them.
Yeah.
That existing home, it's not as energy efficient because they didn't have to be back then, and they have to be energy efficient now. There are all kinds of things like that. So there are rules regarding insulation, regarding the sears for your air conditioner, all kinds of different rules that they have to follow now that didn't exist back then. So I think that new homes have a lot to offer.
You probably don't also have that. We did one. It was one of our bank-owned homes, but I got called out because they said there was a major problem with it. And the problem was it's in a super old neighborhood in Vegas, and apparently there was these massive trees in the neighborhood, and one of these tree branches, or one of the roots, was like growing underneath the house, and it like lifted up a portion of the foundation of the house, like in a part of the house. And it was kind of a big deal. The people buying it were willing to buy it, but we had to discount the house. The bank had to discount the house to do it.
So there are lots of good reasons to consider new home construction.
There's one more.
Oh, one more. What's the last one?
The last myth is that you do it without a real estate agent. You just walk in the sales office. You go, yeah, I'm just here. I'll do it. I don't need the agent. I won't do an agent. I don't want to pay for an agent.
You do not have to have a real estate agent. We encourage you, and this is not about money in our pockets. This is about being on your side. The agent that is in the sales office is representing the builder, and the agent that represents you is representing you and not the builder. Now, here's the thing. You are going to get, a lot of times, a lot better deal if you're represented by an agent. The reason for that is because you are just one buyer. Agreed? You're just one buyer for that builder. However, that agent is a repeat customer for that builder because that agent brings that builder a lot of clients. So they're going to give you a better deal in order to incentivize that agent to bring more buyers. So that agent will be able to negotiate maybe some free upgrades for you, maybe some points against your loan for you, all kinds of goodies that you would not be able to negotiate for yourself because you're coming in there all starry-eyed and I just want to sign and buy the house. And that builder's agent has got you, while your agent has got your back and is negotiating for you. So we encourage you to have an agent. Now remember, you have to bring your agent with you the first time you visit that builder, because if you do not, they will not allow that agent to represent you. So this is really important.
This is important if you signed a buyer broker agreement, agreeing to pay the agent a certain amount of money, and then you go buy a new house, and then they're going to say, well, you bought a house, so I get paid.
Right.
And you're going to have to pay them.
Right. So it's a lot better when the builder pays them than when you pay them. And here's the thing, the builder is not going to charge you more because they're paying your agent. So this is very important. It's not like, well, if I go in without an agent, I'm going to get a discount because they're not paying that agent commission. You're not getting a discount. You're also not getting the freebies that agent could have negotiated for you. Yep. So it is important that you have an agent, that you have somebody looking out for you, because you are all starry-eyed and you love the home, but that agent is actually looking out for you, looking out for your best interests, and it's good to have somebody in your corner. So these are the myths about new home construction. If you learned something, if you thought it was interesting, if it's something that you could use or somebody that you care about could use, please go ahead and like the video, share the video, subscribe, hit the notification bell, leave us a note and tell us what you thought. Did we miss a myth? Please, let us know. We'd love to add it to our list, and we'll see you on the next video. Bye.
Bye.